when people want to get mad at Shanahan, they're like, well, he makes every decision. But then when they don't want to get mad at Shanahan, they're like, well, get rid of Lynch. Well, what is it? Is it Shanahan has the final say and makes every decision, and he's not good at personnel? Or is it Lynch? I mean, it's I've seen this a bunch of times. People are like, well, Shanahan's the general manager anyway. And then they're like, who are the Niners going to hire to replace Lynch? It's like, what? I thought you just said that Shanahan's the general manager anyway, and he's the final say, and he's making all the money. So decide. It's like the anti-Niner crowd is like, Brock sucks. And then when Brock plays great, it's like Kyle sucks. It's like, well, then people then realize that Kyle's pretty damn good, and it's like, I don't know, one of them sucks.
I think Kyle, the coach, is outstanding. I think Kyle, the front office guy, final decision, big voice in the room, is Kyle Shanahan, the coach's worst enemy.
We don't even know. We don't know who's making these calls. So I'll just say they're not getting it done, and we'll just leave it at that. But I'll say the biggest weakness is wide receiver. I mean, this is a franchise that had Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens at the same time, and Randy Moss and Anquan Bolden, and they're absolutely horrible at wide receiver.
Their last great wide receiver?
Owens. Oh, well, Bolden, maybe.
Anquan Bolden.
He was old, though. He was older, but
was Crabtree ever great with the Niners? Not really. No. So it's
held out, foot problems. I mean, no, look at their receiving core now. I mean, it's just Jennings is a free agent, can't run, slow as hell. Good, tough as hell, but slow. Pearsall's glass, always hurt. Demarcus Robinson, hugely disappointing. Kendrick Bourne, old, slow. Jordan Watkins, young and fast, but doesn't play. Sky Moore's a return guy. He's a free agent. Trent Taylor's going to retire. Cowing's never been able to be healthy, and Brandon Ayuk's greatest move is that he can drive 120 miles an hour down Tasman. So, I mean, you got nothing. You got nothing at wide receiver. Nothing. I mean, nobody. I love Jordan Watkins' potential, and I know he can play, and they'll figure that out, I'm sure, in time. So you got one guy who's healthy, young, can run, and can play. And one guy, and he's totally unproven. I mean, they are a disaster at wide receiver.
Well, you can take that and stuff that into draft failure rate, if you don't mind me saying. It really is. The guys that they draft, and we hope Ricky Pearsall isn't among them, but they just do not pay off the way that they need to. And then there's my other thing. And this, to me, Larry, this is something I don't know how they overcome it. One of the biggest weaknesses of the 49ers, I think,
don't say
facilities and location. And this isn't just the electrical thing. That certainly is not helping.
19th take about how the team shouldn't have moved from Santa.
This is not even Levi's Stadium, but their actual facilities. There's something that is like really raw commando about them that's kind of cool. Like, hey man, great teams were built on these two fields without much more than this. But you go ahead, I'm going to take you to Indiana University one day, and you're going to be like, oh, fuck, that's what a football facility is supposed to look like. You go around the NFL, the 49ers basically have a shed that they got at Lowe's as their workout room. They do not have the futuristic, this thing looks like the Empire built it level of headquarters and facilities that I think players are really attracted to. This is what free agents choose. The other part of the location isn't necessarily the location of the substation, but it's just in the location of the tax-heavy state of California. And every single player is going to get less for their buck the minute they buy a home, the minute they start buying property. I mean, it will never lose value because it's in the state of California. But if you wanted a ranch in Texas, Jeff Kent will be the first person to tell you that, you're all nuts here in the Bay Area. You really are. These are things that I think the team just has as a built-in weakness that now could they improve their facilities? Could they build the ultimate workout facility for the players? I guess they could. They'd have to squeeze it in there, probably tear down the entire DeBartolo headquarters and start over.
There's talk about doing exactly that. Kawakami just wrote a whole article about it last week, how he thinks that in a short amount of time they're going to build new facilities just to try to, for more space and more. I mean, all these things, get bigger, better,
the
more
New York
modernized.
Jets workout, the biggest slapdicks in football workout on an Imperial space cruiser compared to the puddle jumper that the 49ers have.
Yeah, these things, it's all, the Niners at one point. First of all, their weight room's brand new. Their building that they built used to be state of the art. Their stadium is one of the newer stadiums out there. So it's not like they have some limitations because of just space limitations and where they're at, cost limitations and that kind of thing. It's the same reason that you don't see the Jets and Giants, which is awesome facilities right there in Manhattan, because it's just, there's not a lot of room. But yeah, you're good. They definitely need to upgrade their facilities. It's hardly a disaster, but it's not necessarily cutting edge. It's the Cowboys have the Star, Ford Field. They have, it's an amazing facility, but They have nothing but room, nothing but space. They could have built that thing any size they wanted, any way they wanted, where that's not the situation here. So it's gonna, but I do think it's coming, and I do think a brand new facility is coming. I'll say their big weakness besides that, you're picking kind of cross the board things. I'm looking more micro. Their linebacking core is awful. They have Fred Warner. Winters falls off tackles. Gifford is a special teamer. Bethune is more of a backup. Martin couldn't stay healthy. Wallow, Robinson, Kendricks, those are just guys. They don't have, some teams. The Eagles had Jihad Campbell on the bench, just sitting there waiting, ready. A first-round draft choice who they weren't using, who they just were like, yeah, we got Jihad Campbell over here. Oh, yeah, he played the other day. He had 12 tackles. Well, the Niners don't have anything like that. The Niners were signing Garrett Wallow from Denver and, picking guys off the street and signing, Kazir White. And will he be active? Will he not? It's like they just have nothing. They're just absolute embarrassment at linebacker. So that's a major one. The wide receiver, they used to be the best. Now they're the worst. Linebacker, they used to be the best. Now they're the worst. Those areas stand out more than any other areas. They don't need a wide receiver. They don't need a linebacker. They need multiples. So I would say those are the spots that they're really in a world of hurt.